Love is beautiful. But let's be honest. Love can also be confusing, messy, and sometimes incredibly painful. Most of us grew up with one message: follow your heart. But what happens when following your heart leads you into heartbreak? Into patterns that repeat? Into giving too much and losing yourself? That's where wise love comes in. Loving with wisdom isn't about loving less. It's about loving better. It's not about becoming cold or distant. It's about being clear, kind, and self-respecting. Today, we're going deep into what it means to love with intelligence, with awareness, to love in a way that honors both your heart and your mind. The difference between love and attachment. First, let's make a crucial distinction. Love is free. Attachment is needy. Love gives. Attachment clings. Love says, I choose you. Attachment says, I need you to complete me. Many relationships that start with passion fall apart because they were built not on real love, but on unhealed wounds. Ask yourself, am I loving someone or am I trying to fill a void? Do I feel safe with them or addicted to the idea of them? Do I grow in this relationship or do I lose myself? Loving with wisdom begins with awareness. It's about recognizing when you're pouring your heart into someone who only reflects your own abandonment, fear, or loneliness. When love is wise, it liberates. When it's blind, it traps. Self-love is the foundation of all love. This might sound cliché, but it's deeply true. You can't love wisely if you don't love yourself deeply. Why? Because when you don't love yourself, you overgive. You tolerate disrespect. You mistake intensity for intimacy. You fear abandonment more than you value self-respect. Wise love requires a solid center, and that center is you. Self-love isn't about being perfect. It's about having boundaries. It's about knowing what you deserve. It's about saying, I choose people who choose me too. When you love from a place of fullness, not lack, you become powerful. You stop begging. You start attracting. Boundaries are a form of love. A lot of people think boundaries are walls. But in truth, boundaries are bridges. They protect connection by creating clarity. Wise love knows when to say yes and when to say no, when to stay and when to walk away, when to speak up and when silence becomes self-betrayal. You can't love wisely if you let people walk over your limits. Boundaries are not ultimatums. They are standards based on your values. They're how you teach others how to treat you. And here's the beauty of it. The people who truly care for you won't be pushed away by your boundaries. They will respect them. And if they don't, that's not love. That's control. Emotional maturity in love. Loving wisely also means developing emotional maturity. That means responding, not reacting. Talking through problems instead of avoiding them. Taking responsibility for your emotions. Not expecting someone else to fix your pain. Wise love says, I am responsible for my healing. You are not my bandage. And in turn, I will not be your emotional punching bag. When both people show up with maturity, love becomes a partnership, not a power struggle. Wise love communicates with honesty, listens with empathy, and acts with integrity. It doesn't manipulate. It doesn't gaslight. It doesn't punish with silence or drama. It creates a safe space where both people can grow, choosing the right people to love. Sometimes the problem isn't how we love, it's who we love. Wise love requires discernment. You need to ask, do our values align? Do we want the same future? Can this person handle truth? Do they respect my needs or just their own desires? Loving someone doesn't mean they're meant for you. Wise love doesn't try to force potential. It sees what is, not what could be. You deserve to be with someone who makes you feel safe, seen, supported, not confused, anxious, or constantly not enough. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is to let someone go. Not because you didn't love them, but because they didn't love you in a way that helped you grow. Love as a practice, not a feeling. Real, wise love isn't just something you feel. It's something you practice. Every day. It shows up in the way you speak, the way you show up when it's hard, the way you stay kind even in conflict, the way you repair after you hurt each other. Love isn't always grand gestures. Sometimes it's doing the dishes when your partner is tired. Sometimes it's saying, "I'm sorry," first. Sometimes it's listening without trying to fix. Wise love is intentional. It chooses to stay present, even when emotions get messy. It isn't perfect, but it's consistent. Loving with wisdom doesn't mean you won't get hurt, but it reduces unnecessary pain. It keeps you from losing yourself in the name of love. So as you move forward in your relationships, romantic, platonic, even with family, ask yourself, is this love coming from fear or from strength? Am I loving from clarity or from chaos? Am I choosing this love or chasing it out of emptiness? Because the way you love shapes the quality of your life. And you are worthy of a love that feels like peace. Not war, not confusion, not begging. Peace, respect, growth. That's what it means to love with wisdom.